Hi, this is Brina Jones, and this is my presentation on what I learned in my internship working for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. What have I learned? Time management. Time management was a big one that I learned. It was more than just time management. It was seeing the quality of work, working hard, not being afraid of taking time to do what's right. Also, seeing deadlines and time frames. Not that I dealt with this a lot, but I saw the business deal with it a lot, and it was really interesting to learn the deadlines and the time frames and what's going on and what's not and how they work these things and budget and different things, and that all went into time management. And it's a huge part of business, and so I learned a lot about time management. um, I also learned how business works. There's a lot of stop and go, which is really frustrating. So you get a project, you get the charter already, you go to the business, and you wait for them to have a time for a meeting. And when I was working, time was very precious. So, and I'm sure it's precious all the time, but that was really hard, was a stop and go of business, waiting on approval and going the back and forth, and then getting projects canceled and all that stuff. I also learned budget. Like there's a such thing as learning how to keep your business inside budget, so sometimes quality goes out the window a little bit. Functional and business requirements, I learned a lot about those. That's what I was working on. I built a lot of charters and different things, getting projects ready. I will never not see them developed, but I will know that I helped get them in that time, that thing. And then time versus quality is another big thing with business. I also learned documentation. Um, what we use at the church is Confluence and Jira. I learned a lot about Confluence and how it can help you keep your documentation up to uh, what it needs to be. Something that is really important to know is that when you're trying to improve your production quality and your time quality, um, documentation is super important. If you take 10 minutes out of your day to document what you did on this app and what changed and what you're going to change, you save hours and hours down the road of people trying to figure out what you did. So documentation is so important in business and in coding, on both ends. I also worked with Jira, which was the ticket system we use. So we did scrums. We did a lot of the Scrum way of working things. And so you tell everyone what you're doing. They had their set of business, how they worked it, and different things. It wasn't so much DevOps, but Scrum and waterfall method. And so they used a lot of that with like lanes and production and organization, all of that stuff. Um, I have also learned how to keep a team organized and on task. While I didn't deal with teams directly, I learned how they did kept this going. Scrums was one of them. Their organizing their work was the documentation. Communication is very, very important. People were always up and asking questions, making sure they knew what they were doing. Emails, Teams, they had communication platforms that we could ask questions. Now, the communication was probably one of the weakest links in what I've learned, because their communication struggled a little bit. My communication struggled a little bit. So I'm still learning a lot about that. I'm also learning about keeping them on task, meaning you make sure that they have work to do. Where I was a project manager, you had to make sure that they had work to do. Because if they don't have work, you're wasting people's time. Also, meetings are very important. You set up meetings, you make sure meetings are working, but you don't set up tons of meetings to get every little thing organized. No, you put the work in beforehand. You make sure people know what the meeting's about. You do what you need to do to make sure that meeting's going to accomplish what you need it to do. What would I do differently? Being more productive. Now, I put this in here because as a project manager and as an intern, and during the time that I have been doing this internship during COVID-19, being more productive is definitely something that I would have done differently because I lost a lot of willpower and to keep going because they weren't giving me work to do. There wasn't we had to halt all of our projects. We're trying to get our projects ready to go. I won't see them into production, into development even because of COVID-19, with working from home and different things. Just learning how to be more productive. So I would definitely do that differently, is that have that willpower to be more productive and go in and say, I don't care what today's going to bring. I'm going to do my best. Um, be more outgoing. So I had a really hard time making friends. This time in my life was really stressful. I had recently got engaged, and so what I would have done differently if I went back is realize that it's not as like, yes, getting all these little nitty gritty things that are done, but take lunch, go get to know people, stay longer days. You don't work the hours you need to, but don't be afraid to do something. Go out, outgoing, be a part of things, be there in the moment. So that's really important. That I wish I would have done differently, is be more outgoing. And now that I'm at home, it's a little bit harder to be more outgoing because you're kind of stuck in your groups. Um, the next thing was take lead on projects. I was terrified of taking a lead on a project, like setting up. I would set up little meetings here and there, but like actually taking lead on that project and saying, "Okay, we're gonna get the developers together. We're gonna do this. We're gonna get everyone together to get this project on the road." And I was given those opportunities, but I declined them because I was too scared of messing it up. So that's definitely something I would change. Is that I would be more willing to take those projects, maybe baby steps, and just doing more of what I am doing, because I am taking lead on projects, but I'm not totally headed. Like, I just need to jump in with both feet and say, I can do this. So that was something that was really something that I would have done differently. What did I enjoy? Getting to know people. Okay, so I said that I would like to get to know more people. That's very true, but I love getting to know people. It was really fun. One of my professors that I had this semester before my internship, actually works at the church. He was an online professor, and I actually got to meet him and talk to him, and it was really cool. Um, getting to know people, being willing to get out of my comfort zone and like talk to people and actually get to know them and like learn what they're doing in their internship or their job, and getting to know more about the job and the field that I'm in. And I wish I would have done more of it, but I did do some of it, and it was a lot of fun. Um, Working for the Lord's Church, this was a really cool opportunity to work on things for the Lord. I was in the missionary department, and it was just a really enjoyable time to know that everything I was doing wasn't for monetary gain. It was for Lord's gain. And that was super important. And I mean, during this COVID-19 and the missionary department being a total uproar because everyone's moving home, it was really cool to see the Lord's hand in all of it and to know the productiveness of it, and to see how people came together to work for the Lord, for the Lord's church, getting where we needed to go, and being able to do what we needed to do to get what the prophet and the Lord needs us from us. Another thing that I really enjoyed, and I got the amazing opportunity to enjoy, is working from home. As you know, COVID-19 happened, and so I worked from the office for the first part of my internship. In middle of March, the office building shut down, and they ordered everyone to work from home. And that was a really cool opportunity for me because my dream job is to be a stay-at-home mom. And just to see the ability to work from home and yet see how this could work in and find a job that I really enjoy, it's very possible, and I love it. And so that's something that was really important to me, and what I really enjoy was getting that opportunity, not only to be working from home, but be able to be around my family during this trying time, to be around my fiance, and grow our relationship, and working and doing school from home was really amazing, because we've got to be in Wyoming, and Wyoming is a beautiful place to be, and yet I get to still make money, still get to work for the church. I still get to see things that are amazing, but I also get to do it from my comfort of my own home on my own computer, and that's really cool. I learned a lot that way. That's my presentation on what I've learned. I really enjoyed my internship. It was very special. Yes, it was really hard because there wasn't a lot for me to do because of COVID-19. But the opportunities that it presented me were outweighed way more than what I lost with this time. And so I really loved and enjoyed working for the church and working for um, and learning what I did in the missionary department. And I'm very thankful for all my mentors and my coworkers and how they helped me. And I was very thankful for this opportunity. I didn't think it was going to come, but it came in the perfect time, even though it did cause a little bit of hiccups in the plans, but that was okay. And anyway, thank you so much, and that's my presentation.